see the elderly Advaita Acharya, head of the Vaishnava community in deep worry. What is happening in this world? People have forgotten about the ultimate goal of life and are therefore suffering so much. Who will deliver them? Krishna, you must appear once more to establish the principles of religion and inform the people of the Yuga Dharma. I am begging you, my Lord, please come and save these tormented people. With these prayers and many more, Sri Advaita Acharya offers a tulsi leaf and Ganga water to Shaligram Shila, thus pleasing the Lord. Shachimata and Jagannath Mishra have lost 8 children right after their births. So Jagannath Mishra worshipped Lord Vishnu with the desire of getting a healthy child. I feel so different and joyous. Perhaps the Lord wishes to appear in my house. In February of 1486, after 13 months, the most auspicious moment arrived during a lunar eclipse. People chanted, Krishna! Krishna! And hurry! Inundating the 3 worlds with the holy name. Because the Lord was born under a neem tree, one of his many names is Nimai. As Nimai grew into a young boy, he became very naughty. There was a very poor banana seller named Gola Vijay who lived in a hut with leaks in the roof. This Sridhar was none other than a coward boy in Krishna's pastimes. Young Nimai would steal bananas from Sridhar and argue about the price of his fruit. In this way, the Lord would engage in loving pastime with his eternal servant. named Kashmiri came to Navadvip. He was a champion scholar who held debates on Shastra and had traveled to all of the places of learning in India. Who amongst you is intelligent and learned enough to test their wits against mine? Dear sir, please compose a few verses praising the holiest of rivers, Ganga. I've just composed and recited these 100 verses on the spot. Oh, that's wonderful. With your permission, I would like to recite these 100 verses back to you. I would humbly like to point out that you have made a small grammatical mistake in the 66th verse. Brilliant! Henceforth, you will be known as Nimai Pandit. Please accept me as your devout follower. After some years, Jagannath Mishra passed to the transcendental world. The Lord then went to Gaya to perform the final rites for his father. Respected sir, I've spent some time getting to know you and am so inspired by your instructions. I wish to follow in your footsteps. Please accept me as your disciple. I am also very pleased with you. I'll initiate you and accept you as a disciple. Upon receiving the Maha mantra from his spiritual master, Nima immediately began to exhibit the ecstatic symptoms of pure love of Godhead. Upon returning to Navadvip, Nimai started to meet privately with devotees and engage in hearing about Krishna and chanting. I hear a great personality named Nityananda has arrived in Navadvip. We must go see him immediately. My lord! Finally, we meet! I hear you have been getting together for small, private kirtan parties. Let's get organized and go chanting down the streets of Navadvip in huge Harinam parties. Let there be an explosion of love, of Godhead.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
All was going well until some people complained to the ruler of the area, Chankazi. He is doing what? I will put a stop to this madness immediately. I will convert this Sankirtan party and order them to seize this at once. I will not allow any of this nonsense to take place in my town. That night, when Chankazi went to sleep, Mahaprabhu, please forgive me. I had a horrible nightmare. There was this mysterious lion with human legs who sat on top of me and clawed at my chest. He warned me that if I did not apologize to you, he would return to rip open my chest. I was startled and awoke in great pain, only to find that my chest was actually bleeding. Look! Please save me. Please forgive me. I promise to allow the Sankirtan movement to continue without interference. During this time were Tade and Maudhe. They were infamously rowdy and uncultured. Having strayed from their respectable parentage, they resorted to gambling and intoxicants. They were Brahmanas, but because of their degrading behavior, they had fallen down. They also terrorized the inhabitants of the region and created great disturbances. My dear Haridas Thakur, look what a beautiful and perfect day it is. Let's go and do Harinam in the market of Nadia.
Nadiya Gotra Benitya Nanda Mahajan
others and beg them to chant God's name. Then Lord Krishna, who has come to this world in this wonderful golden form. You came with a mission to give love of God, no strings attached. You're the only one who can save them. If not for you, they stand no chance to ever know a different life and will go to hell. Oh, my dear Nitai, just because of your compassion, I will make it so. I bless you both and purify you of all your sins. I reward you with the unthinkable, unalloyed love for Krishna. Maha Prabhu, we are ashamed and greatly regret our past behavior. We fall at your feet and beg for forgiveness. We are experiencing great transformations in our bodies and are now inspired to sincerely practice and preach Krishna consciousness until the end of our lives. Hare Krishna!
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Sannyas, South India, and Puri pastimes. After traveling around Bengal for some time and performing Sankirtan with my associates, I'm realizing that in order for me to be taken seriously by the people of Kali Yuga, I will have to accept sannyas, the renounced order of life. I will go to the town of Kokla and surrender myself to the illustrious Keshava Bharati. Nima shaved off his long, beautiful hair, accepted the saffron cloth of a sannyasi, and received the name Krishna Chaitanya. Freed from all his material attachments, the Lord began to travel all over India spreading bhakti. When in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, a renowned scholar of Vedanta and Mayavad philosophy. Such a wonderful devotee, and yet there's this big misunderstanding about my personality. Let me dispel this impersonal thinking. Respected sir, I'm a new sannyasi and have a lot to learn from you. I request that you teach me Vedanta. To hear attentively and ask questions when they don't understand. I have elaborately gone on for 7 days expounding this Vedanta philosophy, yet I see that you're not asking any questions. I find that very odd. I can understand the verses clearly, but I cannot follow any of your explanations. What do you mean you cannot follow any of my explanations? For example, I have just given you 9 different explanations about the word Brahman. Did you not register any of that? If I may humbly do so, I can provide you 16 explanations with evidence from several scriptures. As being non-different from Krishna himself. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eventually made it to Sri Rangam in South India, where he met Venkatavata, a Sri Vaishnava follower of Ramanujacarya. While he was there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was able to explain Gaudiya philosophy to him and was served very nicely by his son Gopalbhatta, who became very attached to Mahaprabhu. Before you leave, please stay here a while longer, my lord. Just to please you, I will stay in Sri Rangam for the entire Chaturmasya period, the period of 4 months for spiritual observances. It is time for me to continue my travels. Thank you for looking after me so nicely. Please, let me come with you and continue to serve you. I have already accepted your service. Please stay here and look after your aging parents. Once they have passed, you should go to Vrindavan and find 2 effulgent sadhus. There you will learn from them and continue writing and teaching about this Bhakti philosophy. The area of Jagannath Puri was ruled by a king named Prabhu. He was a great devotee of the Lord and longed to see him. He expressed his desire to the Lord's close associates. Dear Lord, we have a request to make of you. There is a devotee by the name Pratapavudra who is your devout follower and is very eager to meet with you. This king, how can I, a sannyasi, be seen associating with a gross materialist like the king. I refuse to meet him. This will make the king so sad. I have an idea. Dress as a commoner and engage in some humble service during the Ratha festival. You can chant selected verses from the Bhagavatam about Krishna's pastimes with the gopis of Vrindavan. Who are you? I'm a servant, the servant of the Lord. You have made me so happy. I completely approve of this statement. Chaitanya would regularly visit the Jagannath temple while in Puri, but he would not go past the Prabhu's temple. Being any closer would result in intense feelings of love, of separation that would melt the stones under his feet. There is such a large crowd in front of here. If only I could get a glimpse of my dear Lord. Excuse me? What do you think you're doing? Don't you know that this is the Supreme Personality of Godhead they are trying to climb on top of? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I beg your forgiveness. Please, Mother, don't ask for forgiveness. Why did you stop her, Govinda? I pray that I may get the same eagerness to see the Lord as her. In the final few days of his pastimes on earth, Lord Chaitanya would visit the temple of Gauta Gopinath every day. One day, while experiencing deep separation from his Lord, Chaitanya entered the altar of Gauta Gopinath and the door suddenly closed behind him. When the door was opened by the pujari, Lord Chaitanya had disappeared by entering into the nave of Gauta Gopinath.
500 years ago, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that the Sankirtan movement would reach every town and village. 60 years ago, Srila Prabhupada brought these timeless and sacred teachings to the West and requested his followers to continue to share with one and all. The market of the holy name, as it existed in the original pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is visible even today. By Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we can experience the joy in the Lord's name even while living in this world. simply by following the principles given by Lord Chaitanya and thoroughly explained by Srila Prabhupada and his disciples.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
this evening. We hope you enjoyed Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the golden incarnation of Bhakti. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to our dedicated teachers, Shamdulai Prabhu, Mother Gladni Gopika, Mother Ashu, Mother Ananga Mohini, who worked tirelessly on the script dialogues and the direction and the costumes. Our wonderful student narrators, Delina and Denisa, Mother Nanda Kishori for the music support, our volunteer parent Mother Sweetu, who prepared blogs and supported backstage, and most of all our wonderful students who poured their effort, talent and devotion to this presentation. Krishna Fun School is our weekend learning program where children explore the timeless teachings of the Bhagavad Gita and the rich culture of Bhakti Yoga through stories, music, art and drama. It is where learning meets devotion and values are brought to life. Admissions are on for the new academic year starting this September. Coming up in August is a virtual camp on the forests of Vrindavan. Please look around, and if you can find posters anywhere, please look for more details and enroll for our programs, or reach out to the temple at Toronto. Kids at Toronto Krishna.com. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.